GHOne TV, your best experience.
It's 6:30. Hello there. You're welcome to News Tonight. Coming up this hour. One confirmed dead, the other in critical condition after gunshots were fired at NDC meeting in the Ashanti region. We've got updates on this matter as NDC executives call for thorough investigations into the incident. And after about 4 hours of taking his turn at the Emile Short Commission probing the Ayawaso West by-election violence, police SWAT boss makes contradictory statements to earlier ones made by other senior officers. He also makes known why MP for Ningo Prampram Sam George was attacked. Six new districts to be inaugurated on Tuesday as government steps up efforts in decentralizing Ghana. That's also coming up here in this broadcast. Ghana Health Service allays fears of a possible disease outbreak in the Ashanti region as its personnel begin investigations into an outbreak that allegedly killed one student at the Kumasi Wesley Girls High School. Those are our top stories. We've also got business and international news in this bulletin. Now, one person has been confirmed dead while others sustained injuries following some disturbances amidst gunshots at a meeting chaired by the General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Asiedin Ketia, at the party's regional office in Kumasi. According to Ultimate FM's Isaac Justice Bediakom, the General Secretary had to run for cover during the chaos to avoid being caught in the gun battle between two rival factions in the party. The meeting was to address some misunderstandings between the regional chairman of the party, Nana Kwesi, and a key member, Joseph Yamin. The confusion erupted after both men came along with the vigilante groups who started shoving each other. Well, the Ashanti Regional Secretariat of the NDC has, in a statement signed by its Regional Secretary Kwame Zoom, called for a thorough investigation into factors leading to this shooting incident that led to the death of one person and injuries for several others. Now, the incident occurred while a meeting between the national chairman, the general secretary, a deputy general secretary, and the regional executive committee was ongoing. According to the statement, some men on motorbike wielding guns attacked a gathering outside, shot indiscriminately, and sped off. The party says it regrets to announce that one of the two men who was shot has passed on and the other is in critical condition at the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital. Now, the national chairman, general secretary, and the regional executive committee have visited him at the hospital, but they request the police to carry out a thorough investigation into the matter and bring to book the perpetrators. This moment will take you to the Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi, where my colleague Isaac Bediako is joining us live to give us further details on this incident. Isaac, good evening.
Good evening, Keminni.
Now, you've been following this story. Take us through what happened during the day.
Well, in the morning, the party members received a message from the national executives of the party that they were coming to Ashanti region for a reconciliation meeting among some party members. If you recall, the party Ashanti Regional Executive elections. After the elections, Joseph Emile lost the election, and it's brought some kind of tension between the candidates who won the election and some of the candidates who also lost the election. And so the party believe that it is important currently they come together to resolve all the impasse between the party and members. And so today, Mr. Samuel Fusu Ampofo, the national chairman and general secretary of the party, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, came to the regional headquarters of the party to meet the party members for a meeting. Before the meeting could start, this vigilante group known as the Hawk crashed with the party internal security members who are known to be providing security for the party just at the entrance of the party. And then in the course of that, this a member believed to be from the camp of the Hawks, I'm told, in critical condition at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. Quickly, the police reinforcement team were contacted and they came to the regional office of the NDC, and they were able to, take control of the party office. So Mr. Asiedu Nketia and the national chairman have to run for cover. Before leaving the party office, the crime scene personnel from the regional police command visited the scene together with the Menshia divisional police commander, that is ACP Kwakubua, and they've started their investigations into the matter. And as you said, so far 4 persons have been declared wanted by the police. And apart from that,
Isaac,
the regional executives of the party.
Isaac, a few questions. What do we know about the victims of the shooting incident? Who are they?
Well, they are party members, and I'm told that 2 of them are also members of the party regional security members. And the information I'm also picking from the ground is that the party regional security actually believe that the Hawks, the new formed vigilante group of the NDC in the Ashanti region, are taking shine of the work they have done for the party for years. And so anytime that the two party security groups meet, it turns to chaos, and for which reason this happened today. I can also confirm that
Before you give us that confirmation, my other question is, who are these 4 wanted people as far as the police investigation is concerned?
Well, I'm told they are all members of the Hawks, and so the 4 people are indeed members of the Hawks.
Do we know them by name yet?
Well, the names that has been given I know one is called as Mijima, and the other ones I don't recall their names, but I know one name that has been mentioned as Mijima.
Very well. So, Isaac, we could say that no arrests have been made yet in this case.
Yes, that is what I have been told. But before speaking to you, I spoke with the regional secretary of the NDC, that is Kwame Zu, and he told me that they were at the regional police headquarters to brief the police what actually happened, and he assured me that they're going to cooperate with the police to conduct independent investigations into this particular matter. I'm also told that 2 persons who are on critical condition at the Confederate Teaching Hospital are responding to treatment. And so the party currently have moved to the family of the young man who died at the Confederate Teaching Hospital to brief them about what happened and how they intend to support the family in these trying times.
Very well, Isaac, thank you very much for your insight on this subject. Thank you very much. Isaac Bediako is with Ultimate FM in the Ashanti region. Now, let's stay on the subject a bit longer. The plan is to speak to a Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. When we do have him, we'll bring him. But here's what the police has said so far about the incident. Now, the Ashanti Regional Police Command has launched an investigation into a shooting incident that took place at the regional office of the NDC at Kumasi, leaving 1 person dead and others seriously injured. Preliminary investigations has said that there was an ongoing meeting between national executives of the party and its regional executives. While the meeting was in progress, gun-wielding men on motorbikes invaded the premises, shooting indiscriminately. Further information gathered at the scene indicated that 4 persons alleged to be members of the Hawks, a pro-NDC vigilante group, were behind this attack. Now, that's coming from the police. So far, it says 4 suspects, namely Hussein Barnabas, a.k.a. Warrior, Damas, Mijima, and Abu Taliban, are being pursued by the police. Meanwhile, the crime scene has been cordoned off by the regional police. The police command is also appealing to the general public to remain calm as it works closely with NDC executives to get the perpetrators arrested. Anyone with information the statement pleads should assist the police by volunteering this information that can lead to the arrest of these 4 wanted men. It concludes by saying the police administration expresses condolences to the deceased family and wishes the injured speedy recovery. It was signed by Director of Public Affairs at the Ghana Police Service, David Eklu. So there you have it. The police believe that the men who perpetrated this incident are members of a vigilante group recently launched by the NDC named the Hawk. But let's speak with Deputy General Secretary and put all of this into perspective. Peter Boama Otukono has joined us over the telephone. Not so good evening, Peter, but how do we make sense of the fact that, look, a vigilante group that you as a party launched very recently and named the Hawks to protect you ended up causing some harm to yourself?
Thank you. First of all, we have not launched any vigilante group called Hawks. The party has not officially launched any vigilante groups at all. As a Deputy General Secretary in charge of operations, I do not know about any official vigilante groups of the party. And for that matter, it cannot be true that the party has launched a vigilante group and the group has caused some harm or crime against the party. What has happened in Kumasi is a rather sad one and a very depressing one for the party and for the family. We think that it is uncalled for, it's unacceptable, it is criminal, barbaric. Investigation so that we can bring the perpetrators to book. Indeed, the national chairman and the general secretary and my colleague Barbara were in the Ashanti region to deal with matters of intelligence that we have picked as regards our elections on Saturday, and the fact that some individuals, perhaps from the other side, were planning to cause a scene and chaos during the elections in the Ashanti region. So our meeting was to meet with the stakeholders so that we can plan and give them a clear direction on how to deal with such miscreants. Only for us to be holding the meeting peacefully in the regional office, and this incident happened outside the presence of the meeting. And the report that we are getting is that some miscreants riding on motorbikes, just shot sporadically among the party faithfuls who were standing.
Of his own men, although he explained what transpired between civilian operatives and Ningo Pram MP, he requested to disclose the identity of the person in camera. Take a look.
Yes, my lord, it has come to my notice.
How did it come to your notice?
Through the social media.
So then, officially, there hasn't been any report to you?
There's a report, my lord. On this issue, I was there, but I did not see it physically with my eyes because of the location of my vehicle, the position of my vehicle at that particular moment. I could not. So it was through the audio visuals that I saw that I saw that one of my boys allegedly assaulted the...
Okay, so then you have watched the video?
Yes.
From your own account?
Yes, my lord.
You have even stated that it was done by one of your boys?
Yes, my lord.
And you have been able to identify that person?
Yes, my lord.
Are you ready to give his name to the commission?
My lord, I'll give it to the commission, but in camera.
No problem. We'll give you a paper to write that down.
My lord, what that particular operative told me, I can give it to the commission in camera because it is in bad taste. What he said, the Honorable MP told him. And my lord, it will not be palatable for me to mention it to the whole country. What he told me, that the MP told him, even as we are here, maybe if I say it, the MP may be attacked by somebody, especially when I mention it live, so that's why I plead on your honor to let me give it to you in camera, so that in subsequent sittings, if it can come out fine. But my lord, I don't want to be the carrier of a problem which will put this country in.
And indeed, he didn't share that to the rest of us, but he did write down. What he also wrote down was a name, and take note, a name of an operative who allegedly assaulted Ningo Pram MP. But take a look at the video that surfaced after the assault.
This is so wrong on every score, but no matter how long it takes, we will fight. This is so wrong. You kill a man in his own house. His own house. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys. In his own house. In his own house. Be careful. You kill a man in his own house. That's fine.
So two things from that video. Indeed, DSP Azugu was right when he said that there was some sort of intervention. However, when he presents one name, it begs the question, What about the second person who assaulted the Ningo Pram MP? Perhaps in the coming days, we'll see how it unfolds at the commission. But let's go back to what he has been telling the commission. DSP Azugi, at the sitting earlier today, did not want to admit the use of force by his men at the Ayawaso West Wogon by-election. But after a series of statements from him, he did admit.
Whilst we were moving, Honorable Sam George also joined and was also running towards the place together with us. When we approached the place, we did a turn and going towards the building, we were met with hundreds of men throwing stones, pelting us with stones, amidst gunfire from their back. Apparently from the building behind them. So immediately I asked my men to give a warning shot. So they fired the warning shot. This made them to retreat and started to run helter-skelter. Some were able to run back into the compound where the gunshot was coming from. But the rest were unfortunate. They could not, because before they got there, the gate was locked. We managed to arrest 9 of them for them to help investigators to establish why that action. And some of them surrendered and they were taken to the vehicles. But some on their way decided to, run away, decided to put up resistance to their arrest. So they managed to, shrug off the security men, decided to run, and the security men pounced on them. And that one, I agree that on that one, my boys overreacted when they were re-arresting them. Then they put them, I made sure that they were arrested and we put them in the vehicles.
Well, he also says that he believed his men acted unprofessionally and the use of minimal force was very extreme. Now, the SWAT commander at the National Security, DSP Samuel Kojo Azugu, who you just saw, again said he is yet to know why his men wore masks at the Ayawaso by-election. He was, however, quick to add, again after so much probing, that the masks are worn to avoid mosquito bites.
Depending on the nature of the assignment, sometimes we go and lay ambush somewhere and we become prey to mosquitoes. So we have a particular gear that you wear that covers your neck and your face so that you will not get mosquito bites. So some of them, when we are moving, they put them on them as a precautionary measure. So at a point, they decide to put them on based on the area that they reach, because there's no need for the general public to identify that, hey, this is this man going, this is this man going, because he comes back into that same community and fetch for information, fish out for a lot of intelligence, which he brings to the notice of the identify me, this man what went, then they put it,
But that's not all. Let's have a conversation with a reporter who followed the hearing today closely at the Esu Castle. Dela Michelle, she's joined me here in the studio. Dela, it's been a long day for you.
Extremely long,
Yes, very long day for you. But why was this sitting as long as it lasted?
I would say that it was very unusual to have one person testify for close to 4 hours. That has never happened since the commission began. However, he being in charge of the SWAT team that was deployed to Ayawaso West Wogon, there was some inconsistency with his response. You know that his name came up in 2 testimonies that was given ahead. That was on Thursday by Minister in State of Security, that is Counterpart. He mentioned his name, that he was in charge of the SWAT team that was deployed. And then also the DSOP, that is the Director General in charge of operations, said even though he knew of him, he wasn't aware that he was on the ground on that day. So it's because of these inconsistencies, that's why it took, like, the Emile Short Commission wanted to unravel really what happened, if he was deployed on authority or he went on his own.
He was a witness of interest.
He was a witness.
Huge interest.
You know, Keminni, one thing that has run throughout since this sitting started is the fact that they've all mentioned, all witnesses that have come before the commission have mentioned that they were picking intelligence. I think that's DSP.
It's a theme that runs.
It's a thing that runs through. He even said it today. However, it's interesting to know that there's some inconsistency. We've seen some in the videos that the SOTs that we just played, but there was one that caught the attention of the commission that had to do with the number of SWAT team that was deployed to that particular area. I mean, the number is 60, is huge. Now the question is, why 60? Even though you've picked intelligence that there's something going on in this particular area, did you need that much? Now this is where
that's a question the commission has been asking.
Yes, and this was where the interesting thing came up. You know, Honorable Kendapa had mentioned that the number was 60, with 35 being from the national security. He didn't identify if they were civilian operators, but today DSP Azuku actually explained.
I was taking over as the commander. It was part of the vehicles that were bequeathed to me by my predecessor in the handing over. His son never knows.
Would you be surprised if I tell you, for instance, that we have evidence given in this court by the Director General of Police in charge of operations that that vehicle does not belong to the police? Would you be surprised?
I can't, my lord. I'm not in the position to answer this one. My lord, I would like to make a point clear.
Yeah, sure.
Those vehicles, according to the information that I have,
very well,
was that they were given to the unit since the year 2012. But as to how they were given, who gave and what, I cannot tell.
Well, and so if you just joined us, I've been having a conversation with Dela Michelle on today's hearing at the Justice Short Commission. Dela would have to leave our conversation here, unfortunately, for the sake of time. But I'm sure we'll be back tomorrow when the commission sits again.
Definitely.
Now, and if you, well, let me just take you through this last bit. Today we have learnt that the SWAT team under the command of DSP Azuku were the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency based on intelligence of illegal stockpiling of guns at a house near the polling station in Bawaleshi. How they ended up directing traffic, DSP Azuku explained to the commission.
We approached there, we were in 10 vehicles, convoy of 10. And I was leading the convoy, the team. So my vehicle and the second vehicle behind me parked on the main street leading to the polling station. Then we were directing, because it was a working day, that's the working day. So there was a lot of traffic on the road, and our presence was hampering free flow of traffic. So we're doing the necessary arrangements to position our vehicles, then also continue with any further action that we wanted to do. I gave specific instructions to them that they remain in their vehicles until I ordered them to come down. But And that was why I even told you that I took it upon myself to control the traffic. Because we were so circumspect about our movement because of the ongoing elections, on the main building, just about some meters away from the main road. So I was trying to restrict the movement of the men. So I asked them to stay put in their vehicles, and myself, including my driver, were directing the traffic to create space for other vehicles to move.
You went there for a specific mission.
Yes, sir.
On the basis of intelligence you had, there was a stockpile of weapons.
Yes, sir.
So what business did you have with controlling traffic? Why didn't you go immediately to the location? And if there was no way of taking the vehicles there, why didn't you get your men to alight and then go and secure the place?
Yes, sir. That was when I was about to commence any possible deployment, that I saw the motorbikes coming from the other direction, which attracted my attention. So that was where everything started. When I saw the motorbike and the honorable MPs arrived, from there there was this banter as to why they should leave the place because according to them.
That's a lot to digest, and so I'll take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Yes. I'm going to the bank to deposit some money. I'll be back soon.
Hey, Kofi, walk away. With all that has been going on, you still want to go and deposit your money at the bank? Kofi, Ubakume.
You don't have to worry. I keep all my money at the bank and it's safe.
Really?
Yes. The Bank of Ghana has taken some bold actions to protect our monies. And they have also introduced a lot of reforms to strengthen our banks.
Sir?
These will ensure that banks have more capital to do their business and are better governed and managed so that they can protect the money that we entrust to them. These banks will provide better services and support more businesses and the economy as a whole.
Wow, that's very good. We should continue to keep our money in the bank and not take them to unlicensed institutions that promises the moon, yet run away with our money. Go and deposit your money at the bank, Kofi, and come back quickly for your punching kaka. Yes.
I'll be back.
Bank of Ghana, promoting a safer and resilient banking system.
A new day comes with a new hustle. My name is Shatawale. I started on the streets. They tried to hold us back, but we kept moving. I worked hard because I knew one day I would play hard.
Yeah, we work hard, we play hard, yeah. Cause I stop energy, stop energy, stop.
A new day comes with a new hustle. My name is Shatawale. I started on the streets. They tried to hold us back, but we kept moving. I worked hard because I knew one day I would play hard.
Yeah, we work hard, we play hard, yeah. Cause I stop energy, stop energy, stop energy, stop energy, stop energy. Stop energy. Stop energy. Stop energy.
Storm Energy Drink. Work hard, play hard.
Everybody said I'm loving.
Ma.
Yes.
I'm going to the bank to deposit some money. I'll be back soon.
Hey, Kofi, walk away. With all that has been going on, you still want to go and deposit your money at the bank? Kofi, Ubakume.
You don't have to worry. I keep all my money at the bank and it's safe.
Really?
Yes. The Bank of Ghana has taken some bold actions to protect our monies. And they have also introduced a lot of reforms to strengthen our banks.
Sir?
These will ensure that banks have more capital to do their business and are better governed and managed so that they can protect the money that we entrust to them. These banks will provide better services and support more businesses and the economy as a whole.
Wow, Kofi, that's very good. We should continue to keep our money in the bank and not take them to unlicensed institutions.
The more you drink awake water, the more we can help keep hearts awake. For every bottle you buy, an amount will be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center, Ghana.
Mama Pacho, me the misika kwakoto skakaro have sisi amen.
Kofi enti bebrebe koso wotie. A wo twa koso. Do sika koto skakra ho.
Oh mami, e mane how cry.
Hini o kire?
And say Ghana skakra bia time me Bank of Ghana. E de hihie egu akwan mu a e be hye sikakra bia hodo no mo kena na bu esika so ho ban. Enti mami wo da.
Oh Kofi, aya san papa o. We kire se esese nyina e tokoso. Ni e di esika koto sikakrabia ahodo na mmom yemfa yesika nkototo kwanchen sikakrabia wo munni tumi krata na fe so o hyebo akese na base akoji yesika na ni yesika na yira oh Kofi kan ho mana moto fa sika no koto na mo menche o esane se aponche nkwan aben
ampao sisi ade ehu hia se wode ayem hyehye anasa hopepe kokko yu sika nyina e wo sikakrabia bia.
Bank of Ghana, promoting a safer and resilient.
Welcome back. This is still news tonight on GHOne television. My name is Keminni Amanor. We've got a lot more stories for you, but we'll pause here and bring you business news with Kweku Timing. Hello, Kweku.
Hello, Keminni. It's always a delight joining you in the evening. Tonight, let me talk about some corporate activities with A.W.W. We'll switch to what the Institute of Energy Security is saying concerning issues around GNPC. We have this and other interesting stories coming up shortly. Do stay.
Brought to you by Everywhere You Go, MTN.
My name is Kweku Timing. Let's do business now. The Institute of Energy Security, that's IES, has called on the President, that's President Akufo-Addo, to intervene in what is, he says, is a complete breakdown in the top hierarchy of the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation. Well, this, they say, is evident in the confrontation between the Chief Executive Officer and the board chairman over the employment of a procurement management officer. Now, here are excerpts of the statement. All right, so portions of it we're bringing to you right here now. It is important to state that the turf war is ugly, undesired, and greatly undermines the smooth running of Ghana's oil company, that's the GNPC. The turf war between the CEO and the board chairman has the potency to fuel a weak front in Ghana's negotiations with independent oil companies, that's IOCs. So this is coming from the institute, and of course they are calling on the president to immediately address some of the issues. So they've raised over 8 pointers in there, and it includes the Institute for Energy Security saying it is alarmed at the complete breakdown. All right, let's do other stories now, and here we move on to the telecommunication industry, where Tigo has unveiled a new business-oriented offer to connect businesses across the country. Now, this, the telecommunication company says, is set to bring more agility, efficiency, and innovation to businesses in helping them stay competitive through contemporary best practices.
The new Flexi Business offer, which comes in comprehensive packages, has been positioned to offer businesses the connectivity services they may need to better coordinate their activities. The CEO of Tigo, Mitwa Kaimba Ngabi, indicated the nation's second-largest telco is determined to assist its partners in finding the best ways to evolve and be more efficient.
Emerging enterprises are key growth drivers for this economy, and we see immense opportunity in serving not only the well-established corporates, but all businesses of all different sizes, including government agencies, small and medium enterprises as well. Our obligation and our pledge is to ensure that businesses are set up for success by having a solid communication platform off of which you can grow your businesses.
The new services to be rendered by the telco include GPS tracking, hosting of data centers, connection of office chains, and voice, data and SMS packages for businesses, among many others.
If you have offices spread across the country, basically, we can connect them. If you have staff, employees, which I'm assuming all companies do, we can provide mobile solutions for them. If you have a fleet, a number of vehicles that travel across Accra, travel across the country, we can provide you solutions to GPS track them. If you have servers, machines that blink off and on, yellow, white, red, we can host them. We have a beautiful data center at our offices.
The new offer is
of course, exciting moments for Tigo there. Could log on to it. Keminni Amanor comes up shortly. She's got more for you. Do stay.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Business Brief is brought to you by
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Well, from business, let's take you back to the Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi, where government will, on Tuesday, 19 February 2019, inaugurate simultaneously 6 newly created assemblies and districts. Now, they are the Kolek Kloti Assembly with the capital Osu, Ablekuma Central Assembly with the capital Latebi Okoshi, and Ayawaso Central Assembly with Kokomlemle as its capital, all in the Greater Accra region. The rest are Achiasi Assembly with Achiasi as its capital, Angloga District with Angloga as its capital, and Northeast Gonja Assembly with Palebe as its capital. Now, away from that, let's now really take you to the Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi, where the Ghana Health Service in the Ashanti region has announced that latest by March, all senior high schools in the Ashanti region will be assigned hospitals. This comes on the back of the death of a final year student of the Wesley Girls Senior High School in the Ashanti region and the admission of 4 others in hospital. The health service insists the death and sicknesses recorded at the school is no cause for alarm.